My name is Erica Lorraine Spencer, and I remain subject to state surveillance and terrorism by the state of California that is operating a malicious targeting system which is referred to as federal group stalking and monitoring via communication devices. And it is in violation of federal stalking statute 18 U.S.C. sections 2261A subsections 1 and 2. My website and podcast serve the public good by publishing evidence of the public entity's ceaseless engagement in a pattern of conduct intended to stalk and monitor via communication devices, surveil, harass, and terrorize an American citizen in concert with the people of the state of California. Documentation serves the lawful purposes of wide exposure, federal prosecution, and influencing federal legislation with policies specifically designed to punish, dismantle, and disincentivize an unprecedented targeting system by a public entity that acts in concert with the people of the state in order to criminally place under surveillance and terrorize an American citizen, which is a matter of public corruption in the state of California. See thepatternofconduct.wordpress.com.
License EM1978J, BV16E94, that's paper. And this is, you'll see in my images, the fake sun directly over me at the Golden Corral, facing what is the 10 freeway, adjacent to the Motel 6 that I documented on December 25th, 2021, and December 26th, 2021, where the fake sun is over me at that motel. This is after 2 o'clock in the afternoon. This is the light source over me. This is essentially the same location where the Baymont Inn, I documented that venue, 2020, specifically December 7th, 2020. The fake sun is over me at approximately 11 o'clock in the morning, right over my head. The entity stalked my helicopter. This is already documentation that's published. This is the light source that's over me at this Golden Corral. They're engaged in bathroom monitoring. The entity engaging what is directed light inside of this restaurant. And you're looking at what is group stalking and also witnessing what is demonic activity in public. License 8YCC880-05352F3, 6FOY973, 8LIN790, 70HR623, 7YTM489, 4MTD054, 7EBG391, and it is currently, nobody wants to hear that, it's 11:29 a.m. where this light source is directly over me, 7ENP519, PAPAUR Heart, and again, this is 4th Street in Ontario, and this is, again, the venues where I've documented over here, the Arco Gasoline, showing you the fake sun over me. This is the Motel 6, the Baymont Inn. I've been at this area, and you're witnessing what is the time. I'm capturing the light source directly over me, specifically at the location inside of the restaurant where I'm located, the pattern of conduct, Golden Corral, which represents nothing other than the people of the state, speaking to what is a state system that I remain subject to inside of that venue. And that's the P.O.C. They are, again, monitoring while inside of the private space, which is the restroom inside of Golden Corral where the people are, and clearly you have impossible light activity inside of the venue. Demons, in other words, eating at a buffet, group stalking, all right? And that's why you have that environment there. It is indeed a state system, and that's exactly what I'm documenting. It's 11:30 a.m. This is P.O.C. By the way, just want to be clear, it is July 3rd, 2022, Sunday. License 7HRE812. License 8WEJ775, 8WFJ775, 8GHB933. All right, at Eastland Center, see the fake sun right over my head at the edge of the entrance, right where I walk out of the Burlington Coat Factory. Directed light, same exact demonic activity. 7TVG982, 8XOV226, 9086783. These are demons pacing. 27537G2. This is where the IKEA off of the 10 freeway off of Barranca, the Eastland Center. This is the shopping plaza I'm in, and these are demons that are pacing inside of the Burlington Coat Factory. I walk outside, fake sun directly over the top of my head at the doors where I step out. 8JIR606. This is group stalking. 6YBR769. Showing you what are demons that are surrounding me inside of the Burlington. You'll see these demons focus on their communication devices. They're monitoring. 7WGV631. Molesting. 4ULF346. Burlington Coat Factory is molesting a sex offender. 7MYB905. BP7475, I believe. Paper. 27537G2. They're all sex offenders. I'm documenting. They're touching all together. 7RFG378. 8LLW161. molesting while I'm on the 10 freeway inside of a vehicle, the same sex offender. So then I'm walking inside of Burlington. Sex offender is engaged in ongoing obsession to stalk, continuously pacing around me. The sex offender 6YBR769, 8HRK037, 74998C1, 6YHC675, license plate 8R37088. License 8MYC381, 6AGH659. Um, 6NNW164, 8GYR603, 8LJW365. P.O.C. Looking at the address, says 2753 for the Ross. Inside of the Eastland Center, there's a Target, there's a Jollibee. There is the PetSmart, the Dick's, Hobby Lobby, Ashley Home Store. This is where I'm at, and this is the Eastland Center Shopping Plaza. Inside of Burlington Coat Factory, this is P.O.C. It is currently 12:18 p.m., by the way. P.O.C. (6RPL 798, 6YHC 675, 6MQP 485, 7J15898, 4AUL 293, 8XYA 112, 7ELD 236, 8RKJ 334, 8FFM 046, OARMO. There's also a BJ's restaurant and brew house. The address is 2917 inside of the shopping plaza of Eastland Center. 8NUX 599, 7EBU 823. 8UEN 859. 8PHY 012. 6ZSP 373. 8NJK 605. 7UDW 118. Starbucks, of course, monitoring 49766L3. The address of the Starbucks is 101 North Garvey Avenue. This is at the intersection of Barranca and Garvey Avenue. Right here where the 10 freeway is. Starbucks as a company is monitoring American citizens in general. Today, where I'm over here in West Covina, that is indeed the case. Fake sent over me. Starbucks is in relevant position, a part of the same sex offense state surveillance. It's P.O.C. It's currently 12:21 p.m. 6HLW680-052SZ handicap, 5HRP419, 6NGF395, 8WPS630, 8BJH650, 7KYM159, 7ULA545, 8VHX515, 8SWW809, 7GWC824, 8FFA713, 8XEW296, 7JVK273, 8CAA102, 9D2858 Nevada, 33229J1, EB6LFXX, 8KHP253, 6GVP680, 8KUS781, 8YOL863, JB Hunt, Intermodal, Group Stalking as well. License 8ZUG404. The back license plate on JB Hunt is license 8193FL. That looks like it's Oklahoma, I believe. The front plate is 2839613. License 7U54085, 8CWZ179. Showing you what's the fake sign directly above me while I'm on this freeway, and minions are pacing around on a freeway. Group stalking. 7U54085 is the license plate. License plate 3VOD929. And what is it that you're witnessing? The absence of the sun over the Ovid Family Community Library, or the side of the Ovid Family Community Library, or over any bus through any window of Omnitrans while I am en route from any city, as I've documented. It's directly over me on what is the 10 freeway while demons are crossing path, and they're also touching. That's why I'm going to prosecute them as sex offenders. 6ZAH486. License plate 8MOE710, 8ZSE415, CD54L39 paper Y star RAMOS. 7CGB947, 7J62616. Touching me while I'm inside of the car, directed light. So obviously this is speaking to concerted conduct while you're driving a vehicle and that molestation is underway. You too are a demon and you're group stalking. And you're posing a very specific threat. You're also a psychopath. I want to be clear on that. It is currently 12:26 p.m. and this is the ongoing series of events while I'm documenting license plates. LS Masonry Incorporated, license 58716X1. License plate 8V09584, 8Y42478, 55977B3. That's Livestream Blood Bank. You need to know that they are monitoring American citizens. Those are demons operating those vehicles in those positions with blood banks. 8MXX114, license 8RVF229. License 8NNY546MUDBNE. 8VZL630 on the 10 freeway, passing the let's see, we're at Dudley Street, White Avenue, Gary Avenue. These are the upcoming exits, crossing the Pomona Fairplex. This is the exit that we're at. Dudley Street is the exit that we're passing right now, and the fake sun is directly over me through the windshield of the vehicle on the 10 East Freeway. All right, this is speaking to what is demonic. It's impossible that the sun is present, remaining over the Ovid Family Community Library. What is the entity doing at the same exact time while I'm in Ontario at the Ovid Family Community Library at 215 EC Street? And that's just one example. Those demons are pacing around inside of a building. And the difference is that I'm in a vehicle on a freeway, so in motion. These demons are pacing around in traffic, all right? License 7XUY120, and while directed light is flashing inside of the vehicle. Directed light remains stationary inside of the library, of the Ovid Family Community Library. 9AIT840. This is the formula for what is demonic. It's the formula for criminal monitoring. It is revealing what is a demonic activity, and it is also speaking to what is, as a matter of fact, a scientific fact, the case, because the sun is not remaining over that building. Well, first of all, it wouldn't be there from 8 o'clock till right now anyway. The sun would have moved on, but the entity keeps the fake sun nonetheless. But when I'm on the 10 East Freeway, you have the light sources directly over me. That's not over the Ovid Family Community Library. And when I'm there, remaining there, 8KXU051, demons such as that third party with that license plate are intentionally present in that environment, not doing anything other than what is engaging in state surveillance with the state of California. Violent sex offenders engaging in that pattern of conduct and this demonic pacing, knowledge of what you're doing while your panties are down, SJA61A, stalking altogether as a bunch of demon-possessed minions. 8RIM206, and they are pacing while the entity is keeping a fake sun over that building. And that building being the Ovid Family Community Library. 8MNA239, 8HEU814. The entity is keeping directed light over that staircase, that elevator, as though the sun is at any time, at any address, under any circumstances, going to remain stationary or over some, in any location where it's going to aim light through the window above that elevator while it's over my head, through the windshield of a vehicle on the 10 freeway at the Dudley Street exit. No, that's not the case. So this is a direct reveal of what is, again, the pattern of conduct. I'm showing you how the pattern of conduct is ceaselessly underway. And you're understanding what are the elements, and you're understanding how that pattern of conduct is underway through any scenario. This is the P.O.C. on the freeway. I'm showing you the P.O.C. on inside of any building. Showing you what is the P.O.C. while in motion or remaining stationary. HJWN531. They're demons that are stalking obsessively altogether. And with their tendencies to engage in what is touching you, they will be prosecuted as sex offenders. With their tendency to engage in stalking you in bathrooms, they will be prosecuted as sex offenders. While they're engaging with our tendencies that are entirely demonic, 8KXU051, they will be prosecuted as terrorists. This is terrorism in the state of California while the government is placing under surveillance, having no business or lawful, legitimate reason to do so. 8XVU289. It is currently 12:30 p.m. Okay, so the ridiculousness of this conduct, 8HUT 497 8EXK 493. License 6VKA 512 8FNC 733. The entity keeping the fake sun over me while I get on Omnitrans. I document that whole travel. I've done this more than once. 19240X1 8CAC 038. But let's just say, for example, on the day where I'm traveling to Chino, California, the fake sun's remaining over me while I remain stationary at the Stater Brothers. I'm there at 12 o'clock in the afternoon off of Schaefer. The fake sun's over my head. And then I get on the bus and I go back toward the library. What part of the 10 freeway, or how is this coexisting with being directly stationary over my head at that specific street, that specific address, for a series of, for a term of time, a specific term of time? The entity is keeping the fake sun over me as I'm documenting the Golden Corral off of the 10 freeway, where I've never been before, by the way, to that specific address at that time, but it's adjacent to what is a Motel 6 where I have been before. I have been to that address right next door to the Golden Corral. This is understanding documentation and the environment. So you're talking about what's supposedly the sun, when I've already shown you the time frame where the sun was present at that address before. But nonetheless, the fake sun is directly over me while I'm at the doorway of that restaurant. And you're also noting the time. It's not coexisting with being over the Ovid Family Community Library. It's not occurring at the same time. 6UFP322, 6UFP322. 7KKE707, 6ZWY132. I already read that one. So you have what is the entity keeping that light source over me while then in West Covina, and the fake sun, I'm showing you what is specific movement of a light source directly over me. WSSRN. You have what is the light source directly over me while I'm inside of the Eastland Center shopping plaza at the door entrance of the Burlington Coat Factory. All right, this is speaking to what is indeed a demonic environment, one that is speaking to very precise placement of a light source over me, where you are targeted by what are a bunch of demons. 86893T2, and that environment literally tells on them. All right, it tells on them being the demon possessed, and also their conduct with directed light. License plate VALJEEP 8TXY187 8KLT951. License plate 7RXA965, and this is demonic pacing. 8ZIN651. This is the significance of the environment, and so you're understanding what is deliberate conduct by a bunch of demons who know where you're at and know what you're doing. All right, license MELVINN 6UFP322, and that is terrorism in and of itself. All right, and it's very demented conduct that's on behalf of the state of California, the public entity that's engaged in surveillance. 8VWK863, license 8MZW885, 8XGG939, 5EOL524, 8KAY474, JTABXF, I believe that's Arizona. Everything you hear, a demon on a motorcycle, is stalking. They're creating ongoing noise. License 8JHS474. You're understanding what's the formula: light activity, relevant positioning, and the specific environment, which is speaking to what is. Hold on, I'm going to make sure I get this license plate. WSSRN, I believe I read that in case I did not. 7GWA999, 8KNF880. 8SJH695. So the formula being what, again, as I've stated, light activity and relevant positioning. Activity being visible activity, audible activity, and or sensational activity. 8CCP75109, 0093872, I believe. 7WGM048. 8VVU908. RCX935. 8VNP536. 8CPW709. 8SYK873, 7VWE852, 43588N2, 8GYB762, 7HDC697, 8TTU333, EM19058, CD26Y41 paper, 6NPB838, I believe. 37446V1, 8LCX736, 8CRL146, 6BSS760, 8YOV299.
Turn right onto California 83 South, Euclid Avenue.
All right, getting off of the 10 freeway off on Euclid. This is the same bridge, the 10 freeway, where I've documented at 7:50 in the morning. Before daylight savings time, this would be 6:50 in the morning. The fake sun right over my head at this freeway entrance, documenting hundreds of third parties. And the fake sun is over me, again, en route from West Covina, en route from what is the Golden Corral off of the freeway, of course, which is speaking to what is stalking with the light source. And again, locations where I've already been, and the entity kept the fake sun over me. A totally different timetable because I was coming from a different location, engaging what is a different different route, which is also a way of showing what is stalking with what is not possibly the natural environment of fake sun. It is currently 12:36 p.m. License 6NDE194, 6VJC826, 7TTR413, 8WEB849. All right, license 7. I can't really see that one. 8YDM623. License 8CBY001 rather. 8BVC137. License 8RFA594. Alrighty, you're looking at the still images of the same exact side of the Ovid Family Community Library where I'm present, 8 o'clock in the morning. It's right over my head on that same side of the Ovid Family Community Library. And again, that's because I'm on the side of the library, because if I was at the entrance, exiting out of the entrance, the fake sun's over my head at the entrance. But again, under both circumstances, not the sun. In addition, you're looking at the face of what is a little demon child. This is the people of the state using children. This is audible activity. That little demon child is crossing paths while the Ontario International Airport is stalking with the airplane, which you'll see as I zoom in on it, making a U-turn, stalking with the people who are pacing all around under that fake sun at Ovid Family Community Library, where the sun was not present while it's over me in West Covina, and in Ontario at the Golden Corral off of 4th Street. This is P.O.C. It is currently, when I'm capturing those images, as you can hear the clock at the Ontario Town Square, where the farmers market is a demon fest. They're out there selling items while they're monitoring American citizens. That's what they're doing. It's demonic activity. Calling it a farmer's market is nothing other than identification of what is presence. The farmer's market is engaged in the P.O.C. And it is 1:01 p.m. at the Ovid Family Community Library. The Ontario Fire Department sounding sirens. This is criminal summoning at the Ovid Family Community Library. I want to be clear. Every license plate that I documented while I am on the freeway, I'm going to prosecute them for this system that remains underway. So in other words, I've specifically identified those who are subject to what is federal prison while they're engaging in criminal summoning, posing an impermissible threat, and monitoring while that same exact fake sun, as I documented from West Covina, by the way, on the 10 eastbound freeway, fake sun remaining over me the entire time. They are engaging in the same P.O.C. And so the entity is engaging in what is surrounding with audible activity. That is the pattern of conduct, which the license plate that I documented today, I'll prosecute them for that. All right, so I just want to be clear, you're in no way at a loss of identifying an entity. In addition, the bigger picture is you're prosecuting the people of the state. The entire entity is going to be prosecuted for that. But even more so, I've specifically identified third parties who I'm going to punish under federal law for engaging in what is criminal summoning, which is grounds of federal prison. All right, it is currently 1:09 p.m. and the entity is surrounding with audible activity, that's noise and engineered light, under the fake sun, on the same exact side of the Ovid Family Community Library where I'm present, and the Ontario Police Department is stalking by a helicopter. You see that fake sun, and that's hours from now, and it remains on the same side where I'm at. That's what I captured yesterday. It's after 6 p.m. as I captured that video yesterday. The fake sun is over me on the same side of the Ovid Family Community Library. That's impossible. All right, this is demonic. Everything that you are hearing, the sound of what's supposedly a train, that's demonic. You're not going to hear the train. Also, you're not going to hear it at that volume while the entity is sounding sirens. These are demons in fire trucks. Demons that are engaging in what is a matter of public corruption. That's how you're going to understand what is the removal necessarily from these agencies that are engaging in the state system. Okay, that's the Ontario Fire Department, 425 East B Street. Demons using fire trucks, engaging in criminal conduct, stalking somebody. You're using a whole fire truck. Not only is it pathetic, you're talking about what is very serious criminal conduct. And that's literally what the Ontario Fire Department is engaging in, while the entity is then just maintaining the sound of sirens around the venue. This is at the Ovid Family Community Library, the specific venue where I'm at right now. But again, as I've stated, this is the state's pattern of conduct. And every license plate that I documented that you heard is engaging in this pattern of conduct right now. So this is P.O.C. at 1:10 p.m. at Ovid Family Community Library. That's the Ontario International Airport, pacing above a senior citizen apartment complex. That's 280 North Lemon Apartments. A bunch of 55-plus old senior citizens engaged in criminal monitoring, a demonic system, and the Ontario Town Square. And Securitas, the old white woman whose license plate I've already recited, posing an impermissible threat. A violent sex offender also monitoring while my panties are down in the bathroom inside of the Ovid Family Community Library. She's group stalking inside of the library. She enters into the business area where the copy machines are inside of the library in relevant position. I can see her through the window. She's crossing path. While at the same time that the international airport, the Ontario airport is, again, demons flying airplanes that are stalking. She's stalking with them, representing a company that you're going to sue civilly and criminally for that. It is 1:04 p.m. She's on surveillance cameras doing that. She's not the only one. I'm just speaking to the particular demon that engaged in crossing a path on the inside of the library, while the Ontario International Airport is stalking with plane after plane over a senior citizen apartment complex. That's Union Pacific engaged in monitoring its audible activity, which is amplified under a fake sun and indirected light. That's a company you're going to sue civilly and criminally for engaging in the state's pattern of conduct. This is P.O.C. It is currently 1:05 a.m. It's Sunday, July 3rd, 2022. Currently, the Ontario Police Department is stalking by helicopter, patrolling around the vehicle that I'm inside of. The people of the state are engaged in criminal monitoring. This is group stalking that's underway where the people of the state live in relevant position, and this is what state surveillance is. I am documenting the people of the state via license plate. I'm looking at 6XXT119, 6YHP938. Again, this third party, an impermissible threat, BSDNA 77, engaged in ongoing systematic group stalking with the police. 5YVY873, 7JJM385, 8W23699, 7JHZ975, 6FQB472, 21209C2, 5HQE019, 7HWG140, 8WME001, 7RXZ919, 62259P2, 87246P2, 7XUE070, 5DNP756, 7LDR436, 8WPB873, 7BQG318, 7KIP450, 5SLB368, 8PZE292, 8DMG734, 5USK765, 6RFU871, and 7HNM596. The Ontario Police has been engaged in ongoing stalking by helicopter. This is already established. This is exactly what they're doing, so I'm reading license plates. This is third-party facilitating venue group stalking Laurelwood Apartments at Laurel and F Street. License 7JVP122, group stalking in the middle of the street with the Ontario Police. 8LME264, 8SPS519, 8S51204. License plates 8SPS519, 7KXE448, 7GJE681, 8MLM910, 5YDY630, 6PLL217, 8NPE930. 8LWH976, 51795T1, 6NUG620, 5DLR671, 8XNR552, 8N70585, 424C34, that's Nevada, 7PNV045, 4KMR960, 7SHM182, 8ZJZ211, 6C31199, 8XXY224, 7PGV148, 7Z06679, 6W02536, 7RUK785, 7ACU156, 6DWA843, 8MIP275, 7RFZ261, 7JTG330, 7F23847, 17554B3, 8PAT302, 7NZD349, 8RFJ483, I believe, 8XEW903, 6YIX428, 8LWA706, 6VPF128, 8YSW700, 8VKY212, 4YRZ421, 8SMP375, 5WGN401, 5BKL555, 43701A3, 8WJU815, 8BGM497, 6UGE042, 7VNS281, 8SKF554, 7SHM. I can't really see the rest, so you can scratch that one. 6ZLA508, 9ALD997, 7CHS648, 8GNU981, 8ZLZ091, 7YDV583, 6WJE044, 8YRK833, 8JAG572, that's 8JAG572, 5SND916, 7JJM792, 46503M2, 7NQU976, 7KXP943, 8FMY917, 7LGL840, 6NPM078, 7LDF366, 8Y50, I can't really see the rest of it, 7DCS899, 4STW869, 88339J2, 7YUA395, 8T76059, 9AXG523, 6AZT959, 7UUL161, 4RMZ628, 68JU443, and 8ECD375. License plate BV60E54, that's paper. 8 KOE 908, 4 VBS 238, 8 UYA 982, EDDYAH BYH 4581, Washington, 8 YOE 835, 7SHW 526, 8 HRL 233, SCRPIO 9AFG 007, 8 TIN 172, 8 ZEC 8 ZEC 763, Washington, 23480J3, 8 LKP 594. All right, they're engaged in criminal summoning. The Ontario police are stalking with light activity at the end of the street that I'm on, which is G Street. And also they're engaged in molestation. The entity molesting with light while I'm inside of the car. All those third parties that I just documented right now, while the entity is again stalking by helicopter. This is the ongoing system. And that's the entity acting deliberately with ongoing knowledge. This is P.O.C. Oh no, that's not the police, is it? Yeah, it is.
I think it's a tow truck.
Well, they're still monitoring with the police. That's not a police vehicle. 7 TDH 834, but they're still monitoring with the police. Let me give you the license plate. It's a tow truck.
You pulled that from off the freeway.
Let's see. 7 KKR. Oh, I can't really see that one. This is G Street, and what is this street? I can't really see that one. 7 SHM 659 though. 7 UNY 970. That's a third party using a tow truck. That's a method of flight activity. That's what you're looking at, the elements of monitoring on behalf of an entity that's stalking by helicopter. That's how the police are keeping you under surveillance with that light activity, and they're engaged in a sex offense. They're molesting me while I'm in the car. Alrighty, so anyway, it's P.O.C. again. It's Sunday, July 3rd, 2022. It's 1:21 a.m. This is P.O.C. 6RMB 403, 4MBE 728, 5UGC 686. 5VQJ110, 8GQW620, POC. 28542F2. Alrighty, showing you what is a fake sun that moves as I move at the Ovid Family Community Library. And you'll see that as I am standing nearest the front entrance where you can see the structure over the entrance doors. The fake sun is then right over my head as I'm walking toward that location. Remember, documenting the demons that are the Ontario Police Department on June 16, 2022. Not just on that day, but I'm giving you a vivid illustration of what is not the sun. The light sources in the morning over my head at this venue were those demons wearing those police departments representing that agency that's engaged in state surveillance. And the fake sun is over that structure, over the front doors. The sun is not going to move to what's the side of that same building later in the afternoon. That's just common sense. As I move, that light source moves, which is speaking to stalking underway by what are demons that are a part of what are corrupt agencies. That is the Ontario Police Department. Also, I captured that image. In addition to that, as I start walking, the entity starts sounding sirens again. So this is criminal summoning, alrighty? And these are the people of the state that are monitoring with the agency, the fire department, the demons that are American Medical Response, the demons that are the Ontario Police Department, the demons that are at Ovid Family Community Library. All right, an establishment that has no right to exist, engaging in state surveillance. Ready? This is P.O.C. Maintaining presence at the entrance doors for positioning. Hello. Hi. Do you guys have any face masks? Mickey? They're engaged in criminal summoning. They're pacing around inside of the venue. This is the P.O.C. Direct a light over the staircase and the elevator. An impossible occurrence. Thank you. Especially as it's here in the morning. But when I'm in West Covina, it's over my head. That's not going to be light over the elevator. That's the P.O.C. While the entity is stalking with the use of sirens, Mickey is engaged in other words, criminal summoning every demon inside of this library, maintaining presence on behalf of the states engaged in criminal summoning. This is state surveillance. All right, that's the P.O.C. It's currently 1:22 p.m. And this is documentation of what is federal stalking as an entity inside of a bathroom. This is a sex offender that's standing at the entrance doors, who you see, monitoring with demons who are engaged in positioning all around, psychopaths pacing all around, sex offenders monitoring inside of a private space on behalf of the state criminally monitoring, all of which are grounds independently for federal prison. P.O.C. Alrighty, 1:23 p.m. You have what is a sex offender that enters into the bathroom with a child in hand, monitoring another. This is the pattern of conduct under there. While the entity knows it's being documented as well. And this is on surveillance cameras also, 1:23 p.m. This is P.O.C. Alrighty, you also have what is, again, this is the an entity that is acting as one. So while you have a demon rushing in, and I mean rushing, while I'm standing at the entrance area, they're all on directed light. So these demons are pacing around with multiple shadows. And I'm also showing you what is concentrated directed light when you're looking at what is directed light on the elevator. This is demonic pacing. That's the prosecution for terrorism, demonic activity. The sex offense is engaging in this criminal monitoring system on behalf of the state. That is also engaging in what is the sex offense, the ongoing monitoring inside of a bathroom. That's the sex offender. The circulation desk, which is, you have Natasha, that is at the circulation desk. She is a sex offender documented as what is stalking, engaged in criminal summoning. I want to be clear, they're monitoring while the entity is engaging in that terrorism with the Ontario International Airport, stalking with planes, Union Pacific, the guise under which amplified train activity is heard. This is terrorism surrounding you with what is demonic tactics of audible activity to keep you surrounded. Every step that you make, every move you make, in operation of your communication device as well. And they're also still monitoring while you walk inside of the building and you are engaged in a private activity inside of what is a private space, which again, as an entity, this is the documentation of that sex offender. So while you're listening to me communicate with what is Mickey is a sex offender monitoring with this demon who runs into, by run, the urgency is that I'm there. They're making these demons who is holding the hand of the a child. This is the state of California. You're understanding what is a group stalking, all right, at what is a venue, identifying the people of the state, engaging in what is the facilitation of a sex offense while monitoring is underway. Okay, this is understanding all the layers of that conduct. That is the entity that is rushing into the bathroom, holding the hand of a child to engage in sexually violating another with ongoing knowledge of the fact that it's being documented. Speaking to what is an ongoing determination to violate your privacy, to stalk you, engage in demonic activity and terrorism, in other words, at what is Ovid Family Community Library. I want to document that. It's currently 1:31 p.m. and this is P.O.C. 7XLH 889. Monitoring in the bathroom, and the entity, a bunch of demons that are at the same time aware of what you're doing inside of that private space. And so these demons are not only pacing around and enjoying your life, placing you under surveillance in a bathroom. That's a sex offender. The entity also creates what is amplified audible activity with simultaneity to my motion inside of the bathroom stall, which is pulling down my panties. 8U34385 is a violent sex offender, a demon directed light across the wall of the library while engaging in what is monitoring me in that private space, engaged in that private activity. 8XBB954, the same. 8MGA939, 8UGA565. 7GKB842. And again, that is the identification of the sex offender. That is the Ovid Family Community Library itself, engaging in what is terrorism. And I did capture the fake sun as I exit the entrance doors at 3:54 p.m. right now. And the fake sun is over the same entrance. Let me be clear, 10:29 a.m., you could just use that, but I've captured the fake sun over me at this 215 East C Street, which is the Ovid Family Community Library, much earlier than that. But because the Ontario Police Department, they're going to federal prison, you're disbanding them. So the kidnapping that this entity engaged in on June 16, 2022, the fake sun is over this structure where I am standing at 3:54 p.m. The sun would not be present at the same location where I am capturing it at that same entrance at 3:54 p.m. right now. Not the sun. 10:29 a.m. to 3:54 p.m. And you already know that it's going to remain here. That's why I captured the same Ontario Police Department engaging in surveillance, violent sex offenders, demons that like to create amplified audible activity and engineered light while inside of the private space, waiting until the moment that I'm pulling my panties down to engage in that activity creation. That's not only a sex offender that's placing you under surveillance, engaging in demonic conduct, but also wants to sexually offend you while you are aware and documenting the elements of monitoring. That's the intent behind that. That's the violent sex offender that is, again, Natasha. Group stalking at the circulation desk inside of the library while the entity is flashing directed light onto the doorway above the door space inside of that library while where demons are just pacing all around. All right. And so you're talking about what is the sex offender that is, again, you're identifying what is a group stalker. Ovid Family Community Library is going to be prosecuted. This is how you're prosecuting group stalking. It's based on where it's occurring on behalf of the state, who is engaging in that pattern of conduct vicariously on behalf of the state. Any state facilitating venue, any third party facilitating venue. That's what group stalking is. And that's how and why you are necessarily based on what is the criminal system and understanding what is demonic activity, which is occurring at any location and amongst everyone prosecution, literally. And so this is the prosecution of a company as a sex offender, and that's necessary as a matter of law. And there are ways in which, under the law, you are able to literally execute that as a matter of civil and criminal prosecution. So I'm just speaking to that. But anyway, 8UAD 514, 8TFW 545, 5XHM098. This demon is captured monitoring, maintaining relevant positioning as I walk out of the bathroom. That's a demon that wants to cross path. This is surveillance conduct. A demon that's monitoring, also aware of the fact of the very second that I'm pulling my panties down, where the entity is then amplifying audible activity inside of that bathroom for purposes of monitoring and to sexually offend. While invading privacy, you're doing that. You're maintaining real-time knowledge of what I'm doing while that activity is created. That's exactly what that purpose is for, because you have what is the unnatural environment. That's exactly what it is, and that's exactly why they're doing it. It is also a violent sex offender that intends to offend you while you are aware of the P.O.C. and documenting it. 8TFW 545. This is the Securitas employee, a violent sex offender. 4YFS 497. 8KHR 612, 7NWT 462, 7UDH 788, 5SSV 506. And again, as I walk into the parking lot behind the Overfamily Community Library, the fake sun does not remain on the side. Okay, the fake sun does not remain at the entrance, as it customarily does when I'm coming from the entrance doors, because I have moved to the parking lot. The fake sun is over me in the parking lot. Let me be clear, that's not the sun that will be present. Also, I've documented this placement of the fake sun in the morning, where, by the way, the same Ontario Police Department is flying over my head by helicopter. I'm capturing this during the 10 o'clock morning. The sun will not be over the same address, not over the same venue, not over the same parking lot. Also capturing what is remaining over my head while remaining at the same venue. This is capturing the demonic. All right, and so I'm prosecuting what? As a sex offender. The entity is engaging in criminal monitoring. The entity is engaging in criminal monitoring in a bathroom. And it's also demonic. 8UXH 481. License, and I'll get a picture right now of the fake sun over me in this parking lot. Alrighty, I did capture that. I've already established it, but I just like to be complete. There's no question about what I'm documenting, what I've stated. I already established my credibility, and the pattern of conduct is already established. 7UDH 788. 7UDH 788. Group stalking. This is surveillance in a parking lot. An operation of a communication device. Let me show you. This is a demon. He's monitoring. He's a sex offender, aware of the fact that at the second that my panties go down, monitoring while the entity is amplifying audible activity inside of that bathroom. 7NWT 462. License plate 8NPB 108. And 4WFY 760. Alrighty, it is currently 3:59 p.m. And again, this is upon exit of the Overfamily Community Library. This is P.O.C. 7MVF 250. It's currently 9:27 p.m. 6ZJY 795, 8KAU 841, 8VYX 175, 6HAF 775, 8HMF 800, 7MLN 570, and they're all molesting. 8LBP 736, including 8WLB 357. License 8YCX 949, 7EIU 727, 8DXE 180, 8AWB 770, CD71R85 paper, 8THB 281, 7YTB 632, 7ENY 531. 9BSX 508, that's a demon touching with directed light and capturing an image of another demon behind the vehicle, aiming light into the vehicle. All right, and then 9BSX crosses path after I take that picture. Okay, these are demons monitoring together. That's license 7CVF 583. It is 9:38 p.m. Oh, and the Ontario Police Department is following by helicopter. Hello? So this is seen at halt in Euclid. The Ontario Police is just following around while I'm in the vehicle. Were you here? All right, monitoring. This is monitoring.
Okay.
And the Ontario Police is
See you
following
in a
around
bit.
in helicopter. These demons are
bye-bye.
monitoring with directed light as well. 325 West G Street in Ontario, California. Directed light moving across that house. This is ongoing monitoring. It is 9:39 p.m.